Okay, so you went on an adventure. You abandoned me and went to
I
Florida.
went to Islands of Adventure.
Oh,
In
there you go.
fact, yeah, I rode Spider-Man 5 times. Just
That was both real and not reacting to a joke.
yeah. I rode the Incredible Hulk ride. I don't know. Well, I really just went down there with my dad and my brother. Um,
And did you get to meet?
I didn't get to meet Spider-Man. No,
No.
I got to meet though I did get to meet Cyclops,
Oh, I saw that.
Rogue, and Storm.
Yeah, I saw
He
Wish.com
called me
Cyclops.
Colossus. He's like Colossus. Hey, I was like, hey. Hey,
I'm gonna write
I
down
told
real soon.
I was off duty for the day. Hey, I tried to get one with Wolverine and Cap. The lines were like ridiculously long, and a Spider Man.
No love for
Every
Cyclops
time no, Cyclops, there was no. I literally walked up to him. I
or
felt
Cyclops.
well. It is the uncanny look.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
like
true.
the guy.
Cyclops Wish.com Cyclops.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was not bad.
Yeah. Thought I'd
You
surprise you with that instead of saying like, "Oh, here's the question for the
Yeah,
week."
here's a question. Yeah, I did go. I did go on an adventure. It's pretty cool. I think me and my fiance might go down there for our honeymoon.
There you go.
And But how about you? What did you?
Well, I'll get into that
Uh,
after this because we have The Boys season 4. We have a Penguin trailer. We have a Batman Cape Crusader trailer. We have another trailer that I'm blanking on at the moment. A lot of news, Superman set photos, and much more this week on the Comic Book Burrito. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comic Book Burrito. I am your host, Darren.
I'm your other host, Landon.
And today, we got a plethora of stuff for you. We got Marvel, we got DC, and we got games. You name it, we got it. Let's talk.
We already
As
talked about. We
we
already
talked
talked
about what that happened. I mean, anything else?
no. Well, I feel sick now. I
Okay.
don't know what happened. I guess that's what happens when you go to Florida. Um,
No offense to any.
Floridians. It's such a strange name. I never heard of that. But we some people knew where you were.
Yeah. I was here and there. But mainly I went to Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, last weekend, and was passing out. Those lanes got some in his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Those
I haven't
little
seen these.
cards.
They look great.
Yeah.
They really do.
I do appreciate everyone who showed up. Met one person who has listened to us before.
Yeah.
Which is cool. They did not want a shout out, weirdly, but you know who you are, I
Oh,
guess.
I've seen you. Oh, you want to shout out?
That was how it went. That was how the conversation went.
Uh,
That was how the conversation went.
yeah.
But I do appreciate that. There's a lot of cool stuff. Bought some books. I didn't bring them with me, obviously, but um, bought some lantern rings, as the people could
Shit
say.
on the middle finger. Just an
Um,
excuse. I bought some rings, man.
yeah, and but I also bought the Blades of Chaos.
I did, yes. I was just like, okay, all right,
$30. I was like, okay.
worth it.
Yeah. But whenever people did pick up one of those cards, I had them, if they wanted to, write their name down to get a shout out. And I'm going to shout them out here in a moment. But first, there's something more important that we need to.
Take off the hat.
Yeah. Oh, my hair might be.
Well, who cares about your hair?
But the comic historian, the week that we took our break, passed away. I believe it was a car accident.
Car accident, yeah.
I'm not in doubt on what his channel was. I know of him,
Yeah,
which I know of him and know that it's a major loss. So I
major.
understand that there's a
You want to
certain.
talk about like the OG of comic book
It's
YouTube?
like comic book YouTube is. I watch variant comics,
Yeah,
and so when they made a post about it, but I knew of Comic Story. I actually might have seen his Injustice video.
yeah. That's the one I watched. Or if there was ever like a series I thought I'd be interested in, I would hear him like talk about the first couple chapters, and I'm like, all right, I'm definitely interested in this, and I'd go read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of the OGs, definitely one of the greatest, and it really is. It really does suck he's gone. On they said, hey man, I can't remember, but they did mention something. His editors said they're going to try to continue,
I
which
feel like I remember reading.
but I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they speak instead, kind of keep the channel alive. But prayer, thoughts, prayers, love, all to the families. Because it was a big loss,
Yeah.
definitely.
Um, Yeah, it was very surprising. Like I said, I wasn't like I never really like watched him. I
Yeah,
just knew of him, but from what I can gather from everybody, it was a big one.
yeah, big
But
one.
yeah. So thoughts out to the family and friends. Yeah. This episode is dedicated to him, as you saw at the beginning with the little cold open thing that I
Yeah,
have. But yeah. All right. Well, I think I might keep my. Oh.
yeah, dang. All right. Oh yeah, I'll do mine too.
Um.
Even though I bought a $40 hat at Disney, this thing was $40.
No, that was $3.
Yours has more to it. Mine just has this. A
I
little
got this at
stuff.
FYE at the mall. $3.
I should have done that.
But yeah, so let's get into these shout outs real quick before we get into all this news, because I got a lot of news. Shout out to Walter and Earl Weiss. Shout out to them. John Arisa, he told me to say his name right, and I got it. Andrew Carr, Jordan Busler, Mary Bunsey, Eric Carbajal, Russell Smith, J.W. Harp at skillerfire.com. Their email, I assume.
Yeah.
I guess don't message them, but
Yeah.
like maybe message them. Anyway,
He's like a black arms dealer.
Teal Productions. Go check out Teal Productions. They do a lot of themed podcasts around. Right now, I think he said they're doing one on Thor right now, and they're diving into a bunch of Thor stories. So go check that out. It's I believe him and his wife. And they also do separate stuff, so it's pretty interesting. I definitely go check them out. Teal Productions, Teal Productions. Jamie, Sherry, and Jada Bryce, thank you all so much for coming and checking out stuff for the podcast, and we hope you stick around. I'll be back again next year at Heroes Con.
I'm sure to be there this year. I'm sorry. I was supposed to be there.
True.
Hey, well, here's the thing. My vacation was planned the week prior.
Okay.
But my brother, because he graduated and he went on a beach trip with his friends, we had to delay it a week ahead.
Oh.
So that's why. So, but
yeah, but we'll be there.
I'll be there next year. Yes.
And I'm hopefully going to bring some more stuff for you guys.
Yeah. We have a bunch of these left over.
Yeah.
So we might bring them
I
back.
probably won't have any more left by then. I'll probably end up throwing them away if I
Well,
don't get
I'm going to hang stuff around my store. I might hang them up around our city.
Oh,
Where we're at.
But yes, so thank you all, everyone who showed up at Heroes Con. It was a blast, and all that. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the news. Oh my God, you missed a lot, sir.
I don't know.
And we're gonna get into it, starting with. By the way, DC I feel like has the most stuff, personally. But anyway, Marvel's Wonder Man. Now, I cut the news off starting Monday, I believe, besides like a couple big things.
Yeah.
One big thing did drop today, and I'm going to mention it, but I'm not going to talk about it until next week.
Yeah.
They announced San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel.
Yeah.
And there was the official Marvel podcast that happened today.
I haven't heard it yet.
I listened to it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was good. They talk about Marvel vs. Capcom.
I don't know. But I got a story for that when we mentioned it. I got a funny story for that.
Kevin was on there, and he talked about Fantastic Four. He confirmed some rumors. And the whole alternate universe thing, he kind of said that that's a good thing, that we're keeping an eye on the cityscape. And they did confirm that Comic-Con is the day, like the week before they start shooting Fantastic Four, and it's also the weekend that Deadpool and Wolverine debuts. So we're going to see the Fantastic Four on stage at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So I wonder if we'll see like.
We're not going to see Blade, but we'll see the.
Good God!
But apparently,
we'll see the movie.
I'm not going into any more of this next week. So that's when I cut the news off. But some of the stuff you will hear about. He did mention Wonder Man on that podcast, which leads in, I guess, this first piece of news. Marvel's Wonder Man will consist of 10 episodes and is being referred to as different than anything Marvel's ever done.
I completely forgot this show was happening.
Yeah, and this is when he mentioned on that podcast, it was the first time it's ever been mentioned by Marvel Studios.
Like official.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is this reference different than anything Marvel has done before? I'm interested in what it's going to be.
It's Hollywood in the world of superheroes.
I like that. Because I wonder if it'll be like kind of like.
It's not going to be like but it's not going to be like The Boys, but it's going to be like Marvel's, like that world.
Yeah, because I'm interested of like, because I mean, all Vaught's things are like all set up.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm interested in like how, like, what does this look like if it's something similar?
And you got I don't know much. We don't know much about the show other than some of the cast, but yeah, I guess we'll find out eventually. Yeah, Wonder Man. According to Entertainment Weekly, Taylor Swift will not be in Deadpool and Wolverine.
We
Um,
won.
we did.
We,
I saw you guys commenting on our last episode saying, I can't wait for them to talk about Taylor Swift not being in Deadpool next week.
yeah.
And we didn't. So it's this week, and we're going to talk about it now.
Yeah. Surprise.
I'm happy about this personally, but like, when I look at this in a box office standpoint, I'm like, they just lost billions of dollars.
I know. They would have made more money from Swifties than comic book
But
people.
they might still think she's in it. And so they're going to come see the movie and then be disappointed.
Yeah, they don't read comic book news.
There you go.
There we go. Which I don't know why everyone was making fun of this report, because I guess a lot of people forgot that was a rumor that was going on. Because everyone was just like, just in, Zack Snyder is not going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine.
No.
Everybody kept doing quote tweets of that, and I'm just like, why is everybody doing this? I'm like, oh, they probably didn't realize that was like a rumor going on.
I'm trying to find the thing about the box office. Hold on.
Or like what it's projected to do.
Yeah,
it was pretty crazy.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Is it supposed to like make profit like after opening nothing?
Let's see, Deadpool and Wolverine box. Okay, Vanity Fair. That's
oh my god.
That's not it. No, that's something different. We'll go with Deadline. It hit 6-week tracking the other week, and it says the Quorum, which monitors picks 6 weeks ahead, is reporting a projection of $200 to $239 million, which its opening weekend, which is the service believes is conservative, so lower than it could be. Yeah. To give it for some perspective, there's never been an R-rated movie that has opened with $200 million, and the Ryan Reynolds Hugh Jackman threequel busting that sphere would be an anomaly. The current record for an R-rated opening at the domestic box office is the original Deadpool, which only opened to $132.4 million back in February 2016. Even if Deadpool and Wolverine comes in at $150, keep in mind it's not clear if the younger Disney Marvel Studios parents/fans realize this is R-rated. It would still rep the biggest opening for both Reynolds and Jackman, whose best-selling movie was X-Men: The Last Stand. At that level, I thought that would be Logan.
Logan,
because that hit $1 billion, didn't it?
It did, but it wasn't the biggest opening.
Oh,
I think it was more
opening. Yeah. At that level, it would also be the highest opening of the summer, besting even Inside Out 2, which right now, that Inside Out 2 hit like past that and more. It's on like 800 million plus right now.
Yeah, it broke it.
I heard it's really good.
I heard it's great. I haven't seen nothing of it. I just not my cup of tea at the. I want to see this one movie called Kinds of Kindness or something. It looked good.
No Way Home opened 260.1 million.
Yeah.
So today we're recording this on the 26th. The movie comes out 1 month from today. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comes out 2 years from today.
Hey. We'll give our review.
2 years.
2 years.
But yeah, really good looking numbers. I expect this movie to hit $1 billion. This is way higher than anyone was expecting.
Yeah.
So, I was expecting it, but no one else was. This is what, Wolverine does. He
breaks the box.
Yeah. That's what happens when you include Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Because I guess y'all see our review of Apocalypse. I didn't realize he was in the movie. I completely forgot. And I saw him in that little scene. I was like, dang. It was pretty.
I have thoughts.
Pretty dope. I have thoughts too.
No, that scene in particular. That shouldn't be a thing.
I know it shouldn't be a thing. But
how do you not recognize him when he shows back up later?
I hope we don't see that guy again.
Bro,
it's caught.
God. Anyway, we all see that in our X-Men Apocalypse review. Moving on to Thunderbolts information. Surprising. Okay. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who plays what's her name? Val. I think her name is Val.
Elaine in Seinfeld.
Yeah, sure. And Val in the MCU. Whatever she's doing, she's like the head of the CIA. I think they said in Black Panther. Anyway, she says this about Thunderbolts with an asterisk. It's very well organized, very methodical, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Particularly on this film, they're very much focused on, frankly, the human story, believe it or not. They're trying to sort of go back to their roots, as it were, and so there's a lot of focus on that. They're trying to stay away from as much CGI or whatever as possible, so that the stunts are, like, everywhere. And in fact, I had to do a couple. We got Julia Louis-Dreyfus. You got that
doing some flips?
Lady doing some stunts.
She's like in her, 50s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go, girl.
somewhere around there.
Go get it, girl.
That movie comes out next year, next summer.
I'm interested. I'm not.
Well, but no, it comes out next May.
I'm honestly not really excited until like until I see it because I don't know, but it
Yeah.
could be good.
Yeah. Moving on, Michael Green is set to write Marvel Studios' Midnight Suns. I don't remember. Was there an E at the end of that? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This is not the same guy. Was it? No, it's not an E. Hold on. I gotta look this up. Yeah, this
There he is.
Michael Green wrote some movies that you know. Oh,
What? The most conflicting thing on the planet.
Green Lantern in 2011. He wrote that. And he wrote Logan. He wrote Blade Runner 2049.
Which is good, apparently.
He wrote Blue Eye Samurai.
Those are what he's producers on.
Oh, these are. Oh. Move on. Death and Isle, Cruise, American Gods, Call of the Wild, Blade Runner, Alien Covenant, Logan, Green Lantern, Smallville. He wrote 6 episodes of Smallville. And Gotham. Who is this guy?
What episode of 6 is this? Interesting.
Yeah. And he will be writing. I think he also worked on Blade. He's the one that helped write part of Blade. So he will be writing.
So this could be like the best thing ever or the worst thing ever.
Essentially. Yeah. So he's doing Midnight Suns. Pretty interesting. Moving on to some more bigger news. Jan Demange is no longer set to direct Blade, and Eric Pearson is taking a stab at the script. Eric Pearson, if I remember correctly, this may be... Now, he's taking a stab at the script, meaning the story's already in place, we're just letting him write it. But this is also a mixed bag.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
He wrote Thor Ragnarok.
All right.
He wrote Godzilla vs. Kong.
Never seen it?
He wrote Black Widow. What is this right? Yeah. He wrote some Agent Carter. He wrote 4 of the one.
Well, at least he's
done only Marvel stuff besides 1 or 2 things.
Did he do Ant-Man?
He was additional crew on Ant-Man.
Okay.
And then Thunderbolts.
Again, could be like the biggest L.
Yeah, he did help do Thunderbolts too. Yeah.
All right, so this could be a great W or like the biggest L.
Yeah. He is on Blade. The creative team is reportedly putting more effort into getting the character and story right instead of rushing to hit its November 7th, 2025 release. But the biggest thing about this movie right now is it has been 4 years, almost 5, since they announced Blade. Mahershala Ali has been on this contract for going on 5 years now.
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything.
They have not shot a single thing.
His lawyer
was pissed.
Said this. The deal was in 2019, so wait, longer than... So, 5 years now.
Yeah.
And they still haven't... Deal's in 2019, they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. Apparently, I've heard different things. I've heard that he's still fine. I've also heard that he's frustrated. So I wouldn't be surprised because at this point, if they reveal Blade, if they're like, we're bringing Blade out here, and they bring Blade out on Comic-Con or whatever, they got to wheel him out in a wheelchair.
He's like 80.
Yeah.
They're finally shooting it. That's like, oh, all right.
I would not be surprised if he leaves the role, but,
Because I think if you sign a contract, there's a point where it's like, we haven't filmed nothing. I'm obligated to get out of this.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm afraid is not going to happen unless Disney or Marvel, whoever, do like the most scummiest thing ever. It's like, fine, crap, his contract runs out like next month. Here, let's shoot something real quick of him walking so the contract doesn't expire.
And technically he did play Blade. He voiced him in the Eternals.
They might use that, but you voiced him, so you have to be him. There's a reason why they didn't show him.
It's rough. I
feel like a Blade movie shouldn't be that hard.
But Mia Goth, who is still set to play Lilith in the movie, she said that. She was in an interview the other day, and she said that they really care about what they're putting out there. So it seems to be the better of the outcomes, in which is like they just don't want to put out a bad product, and everything they just haven't found something that hits their
And nothing's wrong with that, but at some point you got to be all like, "This is what we got to go with." I don't think making them. I wish it was just its own standalone thing, because I feel like they're having trouble. If I had to guess, they're having trouble with
Putting this whole
connecting
how
it
are you going?
somehow.
Like yeah, like when you tell me this vampire guy who lives in the MCU, and there's a whole like
It's been around
there's a
this
whole
whole.
like species of vampire. There's
Just
just been
make it
on
its
of it.
own standalone thing,
Yeah,
and you can mention it somehow real quickly, like you're not gonna help them out, and Buddy's like, "No, I do my own thing,"
yeah.
I'm here where I belong, and that could be
The film
literally it.
is set in present day, by the way. There was
Yes,
some more news I think that came out, but I'm not talking about it because that's for next week. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, Blade. Oof. All right, Michael Leslie, who we talked about last time we recorded, is been talking with Marvel about writing their X Men.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if writing or directing, one of the two. But his pitch for the MCU X Men film featured the exact same characters as the roster of X Men '97. So that's like a live action
X Men,
Gambit, Morph,
which is perfect.
Wolverine, Cyclops. Yeah,
And look, and I'm not against that at all. I want to make that very clear. I still kind of stand by what I said of. Well, I mean, X Men '97 kind of did that job, so I don't know if that's really a point of me wanting this now. I want the other X Men to shine and be just as cool as Wolverine because they are.
well, yeah.
Like Wolverine will probably always be
They'll
number
put
one,
make Cyclops a big part in this since he was so cool.
and I hope so. And
X
if
Men
it's
'97.
still like fully woman focused, that's great too because I love seeing Rogue, Storm, Jean. I talk about someone that hated Jean and thought she was super annoying and just caused every problem on Earth because of her.
I wish she did.
X Men '97 made me think like, man, she's pretty cool. I love her. She was dope. And I loved it. So most powerful X Men is like one of my top 5 now.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. But yeah, same roster as X Men '97. That's exciting. Gambit is the
You think they'll add someone to it, or you think they'll just keep it
apparently this is just the exact same.
exact same?
Yeah, we know Mr. Sinister's supposed to be the villain of it, but we don't know if that's going to be to carry over or not from this. But yeah, some more X Men news. According to Cryptic 4K Qual, who is a leaker we've used a few times, Sony and Marvel reportedly discussed Miguel O'Hara forming an alliance with a Kang variant, with Kang gaining power and Miguel achieving stability. This has been for the MCU, but these talks broke through as Sony thought it was too big of an ask. Like, was it?
Was it? You could have made a bunch of money.
It's too big of an ask.
Well,
We're just going to stick to making Madam Web and
oh,
Venom 3.
and Craven. Was there a rumor they were going to do where happened to that Hypno Hustler movie?
It got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember.
So did El Muerto.
Did it? Because I got revived.
I thought it got canceled.
It
We
did.
ain't heard anything about it.
It did,
months.
but it got canceled. But I thought it came back to life.
I don't know. I know the lead actor left, and the guy who was also going to help make the movie.
Yeah, it's just a project. It's just like in an empty closet.
Yeah, basically.
Empty closet with a laptop. There's the Almonte.
But yeah, so this isn't happening anymore. But I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to put it out there. Vision Quest, the Vision, or the Ghost Vision, White Vision, whatever you want to call him. His show is set to start filming this fall. Casting is underway for a co-lead aged 18 to 20. I'll take it. No.
What do you mean? Why can I do it? Why are you Nova?
I don't know. I don't think Vision wants a kid that's taller than him.
Oh yeah.
But no, yeah, this will be for Vision's kid. 2 of them. There'll be 2. His son and daughter.
We can. I'll be the daughter. the huge daughter. I'll bulk up.
But yeah, so Vision Quest is casting. The Nova series is happening. It'll feature a group of young protagonists. A showrunner has been hired. We don't know who it is, and an offer has been made to an actor for Richard Rider, aka Nova. Yeah. So I guess they're gonna have the older Nova, and he's training maybe a group of younger members of the Nova Corps,
younger Nova
members of the Nova Corps,
yeah.
And then he picks one of them to be his heir or whatever. Yeah,
his heir,
the person who
his Ladio.
Yeah, the person who eventually will become what's his name? Sam something. Alexander, I don't remember.
I want to say Sam Witwer, but that's not right.
Oh,
that's not right. That is not right.
Star Killer. But yeah, so Nova show is happening. at some point. They start filming. I actually forgot to put it on here, but I can probably mention it. They start filming Avengers 5 the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
It comes out in 2026.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch said that, right? Yeah.
I don't know if that movie's coming out in 2026. I just don't. I don't know. Something to the. I just don't see like it's not time for an Avengers movie yet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, unless if all these stories start like ramping up, I don't even know if this Nova series is going to come out before
Or Vision
Avengers.
Quest, for that matter.
Well, I mean, if it starts filming this.
Oh, filming in fall. Oh, I thought it said starts finding cast
No.
members. I'm like, oh god.
See, I don't know. One show we do know is coming out this year is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, officially premiering on Disney Plus on November 2nd. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, who I spelled his name wrong, will return to voice Daredevil and Kingpin.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, they're coming back. I think we knew about Charlie Cox. We didn't know about Vincent D'Onofrio. We didn't even know Kingpin was in the show. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I guess we have to. We'll check it out. I hope it's good. I like a nice Spidey show, but I mean, it's no.
This will be the second project. Well, basically second project under the Marvel animation.
No, it's third.
No, what if wasn't?
Oh, animation. Oh, I was thinking like
underneath.
Spider-Man shows. I'm like, no,
No.
Ultimate, and then the other one, and then this.
But yeah, very interesting. So we got to the Marvel news pretty quick. We're almost done. According to Jeff Snyder, Sony is reportedly casting for Miles Morales in a live-action Spider-Man project. You need to stop.
I just want to be Spider-Man so bad, man. I'll be Ben Riley. I don't care.
Oh my gosh!
Dump my clone body into a freaking nuclear power plant or whatever. How we did in the comic.
Jeez. But yeah, I don't know if this is MCU Spider-Man or if this is a Sony's own Spider-Man or what. But Miles Morales is going to be in whatever it is.
Something, yeah.
Or it could be Madam Web 2. I don't know. It could literally be anything.
Well, a live action I guess Spider-Man project can mean like many things. Yeah. And who knows if it's even Miles as Spider-Man. It could literally be
be Miles.
Just Miles, Donald Glover. Just, whoa! And that's it. I mean, that could be literally the catch.
True. It could be another Prowler moment.
Moment.
Instead of him in the Prowler outfit, it's him in the Miles outfit. No.
Or maybe there's a live action part for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and they have like, but I mean, I don't know. There's no way.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's do more.
So we will find out. And finally, the Fantastic Four will feature multiple villains from comics in small roles appearing in the film's first act. I guess we're gonna get some sort of a montage scene in the beginning of the Fantastic Four having defeating all these villains or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Fantastic Four villains, but I know a couple. Who would you think would be in this? I assume Mole Man is one of them.
Mole Man has to. Well, I mean, do we even know who's playing Mole Man?
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser
is him.
Yeah. Well, we don't know for sure, but we assume.
Well, would they make that big of a casting announcement of like? Because I feel like if it's something small, like a quick montage at the beginning, then
true. I don't know. It might not be a montage. It just says that they'll appear in small roles, appearing at the beginning of the film.
It has to be maybe Mole Man. Like that sounds about right. I don't know any Fantastic Four villains besides like obviously the big ones like Mole Man. I guess is a big. Is it Egghead? A Fantastic Four villain. I think so maybe you might see Egghead in there.
But yeah, so that when we get multiple villains, could be Doctor Doom. We could see that Earth's Doctor Doom. I don't know. It would be the first MCU movie to take place most of the time, as far as we know, in another universe. Yeah. But yeah, Kevin Feige did say they asked him what in that podcast what movie he's most looking forward to out of everything they have. He didn't say Deadpool and Wolverine. He didn't say Captain America 4. He said the Fantastic Four.
Well, it's a very big deal, and I'd say it kind of worries me because somehow if they can't get Blade right, like how the
well, this has had a way better production than Blade.
Way good God, don't get started. Oh my God.
But yeah, that is the end of the Marvel news. And with that, we're going to go to commercial.
With Lex Luthor unleashes his plan to destroy the world, you can be just like Superman. With a Superman Returns Inflato suit, one switch, and you can pretend to have all the muscles of a Man of Steel to unleash your superpower and strength. Then strap on the punch and crush gloves, and you'll hear the sound of every punch you throw and everything you crush. The world needs a hero. Are you ready for the job? Inflato suit accessory, you put it together, batteries not included. Punch and crush gloves sold separately.
And we're back. Okay, before we get into the DC news, there's a new comic book of the month.
Oh yeah. I got to pick it this month. Darien kind of lost a week of his comic book of the month. I even offered, by the way, to keep yours.
I'm just keeping it in a good.
But I thought we kind of go off bases. We kind of went back and forth with Marvel and DC a bit. So I want to throw one out there of very OG comics of Ninja Turtles, and I picked The Last Ronin, which is a very recent book. Haven't read it, go read it. It's a great, I guess, mystery story of, every turtle's dead. Splinter's dead. Casey Jones is dead, besides one turtle.
Okay.
And you don't know who it is at first, and later you find out. And it's a pretty cool reveal, and all the turtle deaths are really cool and interesting, and feels definitely part of their character of how they would go out. Great story. I can't really say much because it's literally like a reveal almost like every 2 pages or so. So all I can say is go pick it up. You can find this at your Barnes and Noble comic book shop. They have books of these like all the time.
There you go.
But Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Yeah. And with that, we're gonna get back to the news. Starting with DC news, we got 3 trailers to talk about. The Penguin released a new teaser.
Hey, Matt. Can I get an amen on Matt Reeves real quick?
Matt Reeves is right now.
Well, I knew that. New rock star as I can't wait to watch that.
I'm pulling this up just so I can hear it. So yeah, I mean, you got a lot of. This looks like The Sopranos.
Sopranos, but DC
Also starts off with The Flood too.
Yeah.
So I guess this part of the series
it's like a week right after
so it's still flooded, or partially at least. I don't know.
Yeah, partially.
That's from the Batman though. These are shots from the Batman. Arkham Asylum. That was Arkham. Hold on. I'm gonna. Yeah, there's their Arkham Asylum. It's an island.
I wonder if we'll see other villains in there.
Maybe.
Or build up.
Well, he's there. Penguin's there to talk to Sal Maroni, played by Clancy Brown.
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs, yeah. A guy from Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Getting his name at the moment. And he's talking to him. He basically, Penguin is taking over the Falcone mob family. Falcone's daughter is there, and she seems like a psychopath. And a lot of shots of her going crazy. Penguin's got this like boy with him who's like, I guess it's his understudy or something. He's getting him to do all his dirty work.
I wonder if it's gonna be like a big reveal of like who that is.
Maybe this show is basically Penguin rising into a spot.
Penguin getting chicks, man. Dang, dude.
The Peakwin.
The Penguin. Yeah, that's what we're calling it. I love how still, like, when you see the logo build, you still see, like, the Batman logo in it. Kind of like right there, kind of. I don't know if I'm just tripping.
It's that. It comes out September 18th, I think.
Yeah. It's like a teaser, man. But we don't even
official teaser 2. Yeah.
Where's trailer 1? How about that? I want to see, like, 5 minutes.
It looks really good. It looks like a really good show, so I'm excited to get back into the Batman. I'm going to have to rewatch the Batman before I watch this.
Right.
But yeah, it's a good trailer.
That's the next on the list.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so the Penguin. What would you rate teaser 2 out of 5?
About a 4.5, man. I mean, it's practically a 5, but
I want to see the top hat.
I want to see the top. I want to see him like. I'm excited.
Yeah. It looked good. So I probably rated 4.5.
4.5. It's a great trailer. I like to see more. You know, that's all I want to do. But should I really knock it for get me excited? I want to see more of this. You know.
But yeah. So, Batman Caped Crusader Season 1 official trailer dropped today. short trailer, but this is by Bruce Timm, creator of the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
And this is basically, it takes place in the 1940s, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Animation
Nice.
looks really good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
There's a few CG moments. Did you spot them? This Firefly.
I didn't spot
It's
them.
mainly with the Batmobile. Like, there's a few. Like, you can see it when it like cuts the Batmobile really quick. Wait for it. Hang on. Because you'll notice it. You notice the change in the animation. Because it kind of reminds me of the Batman.
I was like so focused on just trying to hear the. Oh yeah.
See, that was not too deep, but it looks from what it is. Let's see, there it is again.
Honestly, even telling me, hey, that part CG is really kind of hard to notice.
Yeah,
and that's I don't know what you know.
The only things I don't like about this is the Batman voice and the fact that some of the character designs are a little.
There's only one character design I don't like.
Did you see? I mean, I forgot he was in this.
Yeah, who's that?
That is a Green Arrow villain. His name's Onomatopoeia. He does, you know what it's like the thing in English you learn where it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
I know,
like,
you got me.
Like words like boom, pow, bang.
Yeah.
Those like, that's an onomatopoeia.
Okay, so action.
That's all
words.
he can speak. So he has his
that was pretty cool.
gun, he goes bang.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And he's a Green Arrow villain. He's never been used in anything Green Arrow. He's only been in Superman and Lois and this. So
weird.
Yeah, but he's in
What's his power though? Can he really do anything?
He's like I don't know if
he's just an
I think he's just a gangster, but I'm not 100% sure. He might have powers. Anyway, Two-Face is the one I don't like. I don't like it.
You know what? It looks weird because I'm wanting more like. That's a cool shot though. Here, my issue is there's no like really. I don't
also
really see...
Clayface.
That's Clay. I thought that is Clayface. You're right. Which I'm into. I do like Clayface.
And Penguin is in this as well. I don't know who this is, but he's got. I think it's Clayface. I see.
Harley's the one I don't like at all.
Yeah. Firefly. I didn't know that Firefly was in this. The more I look at this, the more I'm honestly kind of excited for this show. August 1st.
Which ain't far away.
No, and they're already working on season 2.
Yeah, so they're pretty. Amazon or whoever is pretty proud of it. So
yeah, Prime Video.
I'm very interested in what I don't know, because the voice is warming up.
By the way, the voice actor is the guy playing. We talked about it last time we recorded. The guy playing the new Dean in Gen V season 2.
Yeah,
it's the same guy who's voicing Batman in this.
I don't know. I'm warming up to the voice. You know,
it's too monotone for me. I don't know.
It is very monotone, but
I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but when like he just keeps the same. Cadence.
Well, I want to hear his Bruce. I want to hear his Bruce. We have yet to hear that, so maybe like the voice changes, like kind of cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the Batman Cape Crusader season 1 trailer. What would you rate that out of 5?
About a 3. Pretty average. It was good.
I'm gonna give it a 4 because it actually got me excited.
Yeah, it got you excited.
Okay, and then next we have a trailer for Watchmen. I guess chapters 1 and 2. The movie, animated movie. Yeah. This dropped, I think, right when you went on vacation.
Yeah, right. Or yeah, right.
This is also CG.
All CG. Yeah.
So this seems like it's like What If animation. Yeah. It seems like it's following the comic.
The book exactly.
Yeah.
They want to be Snyder so bad, apparently. You talk about me
Snyder
getting mad.
Invented Watchmen. Look at that. Great. Vietnam. I mean, you got the thing on Mars.
Now, I guess they ain't gonna show the real ending. Not yet, anyways.
Some of the shots are really good.
Like that, I love that shot.
That wasn't in the book.
You talk about someone that was like not excited for this because I heard it was like all CG. I was like, oh.
We don't know when this comes out. I don't think yet, but we know that the second one comes out at the beginning of next year. So this should be out by the end of.
I hope because around like October or something. I don't know. I'm excited. This one I will get like a like a 4 because
It will be
this
in,
one got me
it
really,
will be in theaters.
which I will go see.
I think I would give it a 3.5 only because it's too short. I think for a teaser, it could have been like at least like a minute long.
I think it is 41 seconds. It got me hooked though because I as soon as you told me it was like all CG, I was like, oh no. I was hoping it was like really nice animation wise and looked like the comic, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. The I gotta get used to the voices though
And
because
it's not your movie voices.
it's not my movie voice, and I thought the movie voices were perfect. Uh,
Well, mainly like
I loved all of them.
Rorschach.
Roar,
I mean,
obviously,
I don't remember what Night Owl sound. It sounded like Patrick Wilson. That's what he
well,
sounded like.
yeah, but I love it though. I thought it works because that's how. Because I
I want to hear Patrick Wilson.
because
I'll go watch.
I don't know. It's like when I
Aquaman.
read the book, I hear those voices. You know. I thought I can't remember Billy Crudup. I believe that's who played Manhattan.
Mhm.
I love his
He
voice.
played Flash's dad in Justice
Yeah.
League.
I love his voice as Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited though. This is a 4 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 only because 3.5, just because I don't know. It looked good. I need to see more.
Yeah, I get you. I agree.
But yeah, those are our 3 trailers. If you're stressing, we got through them in like 5 minutes. But yeah, now on to all this DC news. Good God. Okay. James Gunn said something about Pa Kent. Someone asked him, would it be a spoiler to tell us whether Jonathan Kent is alive in this movie? And James Gunn said this. Well, I don't think I'd hire Pruitt to play a dead person for an entire film. So, that means Superman's dad dies at the end of the movie. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, so I guess that basically confirms that we'll have a live Jonathan Kent in the movie.
Oh yeah,
which
I'm pretty happy about.
not dead. He didn't say anything about Ma Kent though, so she might die.
She could die within a minute.
But yeah. Anyway, let's get on to these castings. There's a lot. Sol Rodriguez and David Denman have officially been cast in Peacemaker Season 2. Sol will be playing Sasha Bordeaux, who is a Bruce Wayne's bodyguard, and who gets like cybernetically enhanced. So she's a Batman character.
Yeah.
And David's role is unknown. And you think he might be playing Captain Atom. David Denman, he's in The Office. He's also in that one new Benedict Cumberbatch movie. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's really good. It's called Eric. He's been in a lot. He played the dad in Brightburn.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I was like, he looks familiar.
Yeah, I forgot about him. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's mainly a country guy kind of roles, but yeah, he is in it. And then Sol Rodriguez playing Sasha Bordeaux. She will be also in Peacemaker Season 2, which is interesting. And let me look up Sasha Bordeaux just so I can show you who she is. Really? It's kind of hard to see, but you get the gist. That's the character.
He looks cybernetic. All right, I get you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. And then Tim Meadows has been cast in Peacemaker Season 2 as Argus Agent Langston Fleury, who I believe is an original character. They wrote an original character for this man right here. You're a genius. Guy from many, many Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
And a lot of other stuff too. Then both of the grown-ups. Benchwarmers. Dream Scenario, I forgot he was in that. That was a good movie. Hubie Halloween, that's my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Is that really your favorite?
Yeah, I love that movie. Obviously, he grew up doing Saturday Night Live. There's a bunch of stuff. Tim Meadows gonna have a comedy role of some sort. Probably using Coneheads too, apparently. But yeah, Tim Meadows in Peacemaker Season 2. James Gunn is set to direct 3 episodes of Peacemaker Season 2.
Same as the last one.
Yeah. Greg Mottola will be directing a few episodes as well. Greg Mottola is, funny enough, the guy who did he write or direct? Let me look. He find out. He directed Adventureland. He directed Superbad, and
Superbad's great.
he directed these movies. Um, where's his directing stuff? Yeah, here. That's wrong. Peacemaker. How many episodes? Oh, apparently only one, but it said it was a few on the thing. Vigilante, The Comeback, Arrested Development. He works on some of that. So he's done some comedy stuff. So
Yeah.
it seems he'll be writing on Keeping Up with the Joneses too. He'll be writing on or directing Peacemaker. Some episodes on that. Okay. Speaking of Peacemaker season 2, Robert Patrick and Nut Lee are confirmed to return. Peacemaker season 2. Robert Patrick played the White Dragon, or Peacemaker's dad.
Yeah.
He's coming back, and Nut Lee played Judo Master, and he is also coming back.
All right.
Season 1 is apparently not canon. Season 2 is canon. So I assume his dad is alive, or maybe not alive. I don't know.
Well, I know he said some elements.
Yeah.
Right, some elements are still there, but...
So I don't know, but we'll have to find out. I feel like it'll be confusing for the people who are just watching Peacemaker because they like the show, but
yeah.
it is what it is, I guess. They are coming back. This next piece of news is exciting. DC Studios has tapped Danny McBride, Jeff Bradley, and John Carcieri to write Booster Gold. I mean, I don't need to look up the other two, only because they all work together on most of the stuff.
Danny McBride's the goat.
Yeah, so he's worked on things such as... Anyway, he's the writer, so yeah. Can you get off my screen? Okay, The Righteous Gemstones, Exorcist, the new Exorcist movie. All 3 of the Halloween movies. Interesting. Vice Principals, Eastbound and Down.
Great show.
Your Highness, I don't know.
Foot Fist Way, that's a great show. Those are fantastic shows.
Yeah, so he is writing Booster Gold. And the other 2, I think, have worked on most of the stuff with him. He's the creator of Righteous Gemstones.
You know he was here in North Carolina.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, he played someone in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he was like the Demolitions guy.
Cody, yeah. And someone in Pineapple Express. That's pretty cool. So yeah, he is going to be doing Booster Gold. I rewatched Blue Beetle recently, just the other day. That movie, I have issues with that movie. One thing I love the
George
story.
Lopez.
Yeah, I love the story of the movie though, and the character of Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
And the ending of it, I really think the post-credit scene with Ted Kord is alive or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that is going to carry over into this show, and I have a feeling Ted Kord's in the future.
Yeah.
Because then Booster Gold is and him are stranded there.
Yeah.
So I honestly feel like that's what the show's going to be, and then we might see Blue Beetle in that. But yeah, they are going to be writing Booster Gold. I'm excited for that. Okay, Creature Commandos officially releases in December. We know officially that some characters will appear in Superman. Now we know who that character is from set photos, which we'll talk about later. But right now I have a lot of information I got to read to you. Here we go. All right. Oh gosh, I lost it. Hang on. Oh, wait. Found it. Okay, James Gunn said this at the Annecy Film Festival. He said, "Our characters can move in and out of animation or jump into a game or onto the big screen, but they will remain consistent throughout. Same character, same history, same actor. Creature Commandos is dark, humorous, but never goofy and unsentimental, adult-themed show with political storylines. It will take place in several locations, such as Belle Reve, Frankenstein's Manor, Frankenstein's Lab, and Poco Castle, which is a failed fairy tale type of city." James Gunn said, "This new series picks up directly after our Peacemaker Season 1 finale, which leaves Waller with her hands tied operationally, meaning that she's no longer able to get away with putting human lives on the line to carry out her clandestine, morally questionable missions. Instead, she recruits a ragtag band of misfits, not unlike the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker." She's like, "Well, I can't use people anymore. I'll use monsters that no one cares about."
Yeah, no one cares about these monsters.
He said, "It's a cornerstone of the legacy we've been entrusted to carry at DC Studios and plays an integral role in the vision for our future storytelling. Since taking the reins, our true North Star has been to bring DC film, TV, animation, and gaming into alignment under a single banner and bring a sense of unity and consistency into the DCU as a whole. This frees us to create a range of products that are diverse and compelling and deliver great standalone entertainment experiences on every medium while also being part of a larger story that we're telling within our unified DCU. The show will be fully 2D hand-drawn animation."
Excited.
There were 2 clips shown. One was G.I. Robot wanting to kill Nazis, and Waller promised him he could do it, but G.I. Robot doesn't want to kill Nazis alone. He wants to kill Nazis with Nina, which is the fish lady.
Yeah.
And he wants to know, does Nina want to kill Nazis with him? And another fight, there was a fight scene shown between Rick Flag Sr. and Dr. Phosphorus, who woke Rick Flag up. The show will tie into Waller. Rick Flag Sr. will be a war pilot, while Nina Mazursky, the fish lady, the bride, and Frankenstein will be members of SHADE, which is an organization. I've read that comic.
Yeah.
They're kind of a branch off of Argus in a way.
Yeah.
Belle Reeve Prison will look exactly the way it did in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. And creatures like Medusa will be appearing in later seasons of Creature Commandos. Medusa is in the comic book, first volume. And that also confirms there will be multiple seasons of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Excited
Creature
for this
Commandos in December. Okay. I also did see one other thing for Creature Commandos that I needed to talk about. And it has to do with Dr. Phosphorus, which is this guy.
show.
Yeah. Dr. Phosphorus apparently was also a fascinating and challenging character, requiring a number of VFX tests due to his flaming skin. The team incorporating Jack Kirby's Kirby Crackle effect while considering how he would work in other mediums, meaning that he's going to have the
Kirby dots?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It's
a peak. Again. James Gunn does not do wrong.
But yeah, this Creature Commandos. A Blue Beetle animated series is in development at DC Studios. The series will build off of the movie, but divert from telling the same story. Miguel Puga will direct, and Angel Manuel Soto, the director of the movie, and Gareth Dunnett Alcocer will produce. Most of the cast is expected to return. We're getting Uncle Rudy back. He was still like, when I watched Blue Beetle, I watched it with my grandma, and she was dying at all of the scenes.
Oh, George Lopez.
It was so,
He's the dude. George Lopez is like the funniest thing ever.
the scene when he gets his truck stolen and he like passes out in the middle of the kitchen was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I love the movie.
Batman's a fascist.
Yeah, end of the movie is where it falls apart, but the rest of the movie is really good. And this will be a animated continuation. I'm excited. This is how they're gonna bridge the gap from the old movie into him being in the DCU, I guess. And I guess he'll run into some people probably in it. But yes, Blue Beetle animated series. I'm interested.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Carmen Ihogo, I think is how you say her name, is playing a character named Eve Carlo in The Penguin.
Clayface relative?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Clayface relative.
You can't use the last name of Carlo.
I mean, yeah, not in this universe, and not
in this universe.
Be related to Clayface.
Yeah, somehow.
So this might work out with them bringing Clayface in The Penguin and then having him be in the Batman 2.
Yeah, because that was a rumor at one point.
Yeah. Which that's news for next week, but we know when that starts filming and when it comes out. But yeah, and then next, Pom Klementieff, actress who played Mantis in the MCU, has come out and said this. She said, "I just want to keep working with James, so we're going to keep trying to find ways to do that. Yes, we've been talking about one specific character, but I can't talk about that right now." A lot of people seem to think she might be playing Huntress, since there was a rumor a while back of a Huntress movie that was going to be a foreign language film, and it was just going to be fully in Korean.
Yeah.
That was just a rumor, but I don't know. That still could happen. But, I mean, could you see her as the Huntress, maybe?
I can see it as the Huntress. I
don't know anyone else she could play, really. I mean, she could probably play other people, like a villain, maybe, but I don't know.
But she's the Huntress.
yeah, I don't know. I just think that would work. Someone did say Talia al Ghul.
I can see that one, too, if he had to pick someone else, but Huntress is like... But, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's something...
Yeah, it could be
something that we don't expect. It could be great.
Yeah. Next up, Lanterns is in the news. This is exciting. I wore my ring for it.
Shit, both of them.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Black Lantern and Green Lantern. I have both maximum willpower and 0 willpower.
So you're just a loser.
I'm just here. I told Spillman, who I was at the convention with, you guys met him, who were there. I want to get every lantern color, because there's 10 of them, so I'm going to get all 10. And I'm going to create a cosplay where I'm like every lantern, and I'm going to have like the colored veins going up my arm, and do like some crazy like mega lantern. So I'm going to do it.
I saw one guy who was pretty funny. He can only be in like a handicap like chair where you move around, and he dressed up as Green Lantern, and he had the ring hooked to the chair, and then the chair grated.
That's fun. I saw another one where a guy was in a green like bodysuit, and the one guy had the Green Lantern ring attached to it, and he was
Oh, I've seen it, dude. We gotta do that one day, man.
That'd be so annoying. I'd have to like be within like a certain proximity of you. Or whatever.
Oh, what you say? I'm in the green suit.
I have the ring.
You have the. I'm in your imagination for some reason.
Anyway, Green Lanterns specifically, will consist of 8 episodes. The series follows Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan as they are drawn into an Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. Lanterns, as well as a bunch of other big-budget WB shows, are moving from being Max exclusives to airing first on HBO, the channel.
Ooh, so you got to subscribe.
On TV first.
So you tell me I got to subscribe to another thing.
Well, it's being on TV first, but then moving to Max. So it'll be like day before thing.
Okay.
But they'll be called HBO Originals instead of Max Originals now. I need cable. This is the problem. Anyway. And James Gunn said this. He said, "We're thrilled to bring this seminal DC title to HBO with Chris, Damon, and Tom at the helm. Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are 2 of DC's most compelling characters, and Lanterns brings them to life in an original detective story that is a foundational part of the unified DCU we're launching next summer with Superman."
I know some people were upset that with Lanterns.
Lanterns aren't supposed to be on Earth investigating murders. I'm like, they would.
If it's one of their kind.
If it's a lantern that's been murdered. Guy Gardner. No. What
if it was, though, for real?
I think it'll be like, it's not going to be Kilowog. They might kill. No. They're going to kill a random Green Lantern, probably, and then they got to go investigate.
Investigate what happened. Maybe someone killed them trying to get their power, but obviously it doesn't work that way. Yeah, you have to be, like, chosen.
Yeah, but who could kill a Green Lantern?
A yellow lantern.
That would be interesting.
What if it's like, oh, hear this out. Okay. You know, Sinestro and some other lanterns on Earth. Sinestro backstabs him for some reason, kills him, flies off.
Okay, and then over the movie, do you think you think the ring changes?
The ring changes once you find out who it is,
and he changes to the fear or whatever the elemental. Yeah. That'd be interesting. I could see that. Yeah.
I love what you titled the next one.
Superman. Oh my God. I'm not going to acknowledge it.
All right. I was just waiting for. I was like, all right, put these on now. I'll wait for him to look at it. We made a joke on Twitter that I look like Clark. Yeah. I don't know. Do y'all see it?
Yes. You know what? Let me.
Yeah. Where's the clip? Oh, there's me.
The goat. You put 2 goats.
2 goats.
In one picture. Anyway.
Another goat.
James.
I love hold on. Zack Snyder's James Gunn.
This is not fair. Let me get a selfie. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Let me kiss you real quick. Come here, James. Another goat that got beat to death.
There's a new picture. I haven't seen this one yet.
I absolutely love the one of dude. That's me, dude. That's me.
Get this out of here. But yeah, it's literally that's crazy.
That's me.
Your hair's more. It needs to be more like.
It needs more. Or
maybe I should go to his media. This might be better. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fine. Some of these pictures I haven't seen before. Especially this one. I have not seen this one yet.
Yeah, I have. Actually.
But there are a lot of Superman set photos, specifically ones of the suit. We need to talk about.
You know, my favorite photo was the one with Perry White coming out there with a cigar.
Everyone was like he's hot inside of the ship. Yeah, so let me go to the start of these set photos, which were a lot of them, and we'll kind of just go through them and talk.
It's so many freaking set photos. It was crazy.
No one knows who this lady in the pink dress is. She
filmed all day.
Yeah, but no one knows who it is, and people are assuming it might be Lexa's sister, Lena.
Yeah.
Or it could be Lana Lang. You never know.
Well, see, that's what I thought it was. That's my guess. But I was like, was she already cast? But I just could not remember the life of her.
But yeah, so let's go to this. Obviously, there were the newspapers. I don't know if you saw.
I saw the newspapers.
Yeah, there were a lot of Easter eggs on there.
It's crazy because this was like the day before, and everyone's just like, "Come on, we gotta see this." I
actually have one of the newspapers written out
Oh, you wrote it out.
I didn't write it.
Or someone wrote it out. Okay.
This one specifically, the train one. Says this photo credits by Jimmy Olsen, written by Clark Kent.
Dude be glazing.
Yeah. Daily Planet Evening Edition. Superman stops NTA rail from tracks. Tuesday, September 7th. Heroism flash. No, written by Clark Kent. Right. Heroism flashes once again across the Metropolis sky in blue, red, and gold. At 8:02 a.m. on Wednesday, the Metropolis Transit Authority (MTA) received a distress call from the northbound A train. The boys reference. Sorry. With reports of brake issues and uncontrolled acceleration, resulting in multiple missed stops along Morrison Avenue. Just the Grant Morrison Easter egg, I guess. With over 300 passengers on board, panic spread as the Metro Rail train reached hazardous speeds and barreled through downtown New Troy. Potential disaster loomed only a mile away. Pipeline construction near the Metropolis City Hall meant an 80-foot segment of the railway track has been removed, leaving a 3-story drop between the Metro Rail train and the unconnected railway tracks. Remember that they were filming something in a train station?
Yeah, that's it.
I think they were filming this. This will be in the movie. We were helpless, said the train operator, Tom Wadsworth. There wasn't enough time for the MTA to intervene. Emergency brakes were malfunctioning. I could see the brake in the tracks just ahead. I prayed for a miracle. Thankfully for Wadsworth but we don't know what the rest says, and ready to help. Metropolis hero Superman blazed to the front of the runway train. In an impressive display of superhuman strength and bravery, Superman slowed the train to a halt. Because of Superman, I am still alive, passenger Eve Schreiner commented on the city's most famous superhero. Evie, along with many of her fellow commuters, was on her way to somewhere, I don't know, it's cut off. And a Metropolis metropolitan, Evie credits Superman with not only saving her life, but also declared that he is the best this city has to offer. He saved hundreds of lives this morning. According to MTA officials, no one was injured. The passengers were transferred to shuttle buses to continue their commutes. Investigations continue into... No, we don't know what it says. This is glazing.
Glazing himself. It's kind of weird.
I'd do it.
I do it. Yeah. I do it.
So there's that. On the other newspaper... I don't want to go back. I'll just go to...
I'm not going back.
I don't know if I'd be able to find it. The other one was about Superman. It actually confirmed that he does have his frost breath in this movie.
Yeah.
And it was... I mentioned Lex Luthor. He won the Arcane Genius Award. Yeah. Arcane is a reference to the Swamp Thing villain, who I assume will be the villain in the Swamp Thing movie.
Yeah.
Anton Arcane. And then mentioned Chocos. So Chocos Factory is hiring new workers. Chocos is their version of Oreos in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Also happens to be Martian Manhunter's favorite snack. So,
Martian Manhunter already world building.
Martian Manhunter's about to be working at the Choco Factory. I'd work. Never. Okay. Moving on, Mark Waid reference. Boom. First set photo we got of Superman and Mr. Terrific. Before we even talk about Superman, let me talk about Mr. Terrific for a second. Look at this suit.
Page to screen, like the best you could. Some guy.
This is the guy who wasn't supposed to die in X-Men First Class. The same actor.
No, he didn't die, dude. He's living now.
Dare I say he looks terrific.
Oh. I heard some Snyder nerd saying I treated you too harshly.
Yeah, talking about the one from Arrow.
Yeah, God, that's like the worst. Oof.
Yeah. He was too bulky. He looks great. He looks great.
Exactly how
Grace Randolph on Twitter.
I heard. Please repeat it because I want to make sure I heard it right.
Saying that it looks a little too Black Power and too political and not sexy enough. I'm like,
what?
She doesn't like the casting.
Make it sexy. Rip off that jacket. Make it sexy.
Idris Elba would have been a better cast. And I'm like,
no.
This is our equivalent of Reed Richards for DC. Not like power-wise, but character-wise. He's the smartest man on Earth.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's techie, so he's got his T-spheres, which is what the ship is that all these people are coming out of. Spoilers, by the way, for anyone. I don't know if I'll show the images. I might. But
at least show the Clark image.
This is spoilers. So it's not going to give away too much. The ship that they look like the Daily Planet cast was coming out of is his giant T-sphere ship.
Yeah.
So it looked like he was evacuating them from something at the Daily Planet. But the Superman suit.
The trucks are perfect. It's a good medium.
He's got the yellow. I didn't expect the yellow belt. Yeah. I didn't expect belt and trunks.
We won.
Yeah.
We won.
I love. Oh my god! And wait till you see the picture. I love the way the cape drapes over his back. God. No, like the way.
Hey, you're glazing.
I am. Gosh, it just like. It's so bright.
We'll see how it looks in. I mean, it's crazy how bright it looks like on the camera. You know, I wonder how it'll look in movie.
Like this picture and then the original reveal picture is like
It's two
night and
different.
day.
It's two different suits for one.
There is, yeah, it looks
Because the
different.
collar is like
One looked like a. I don't know if it's going to be like a I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe it was like a test suit,
yeah.
but I don't know.
Well, what's weird is the collar's different.
And I'm
Very
also
different.
wondering. I think this is like the in middle of the second act where all this is going on because there's some kind of conflict happening in the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
There's military people there. He gets spoilers. He gets arrested.
Yeah.
For
some reason,
somewhere. Yeah.
he wants to be Snyder. So bad.
Yeah. I saw. Oh my god. Someone said, "What if the person, the big dude in the black who arrested him, who no one knows who it is yet? We have theories it's Ultraman, the clone, and we also think that it might be some guy named Ulysses from the comics. But someone said, what if he rips his mask off and it's Henry Cavill? I'm like, oh, shut up.
I'd probably laugh like crazy. Like, oh my god, no,
Zack
against Henry
Snyder.
Henry Cavill.
No, it's just
It would just be very funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so let me look at some more photos here. We got another one of Mr. Terrific.
If WB's smart,
stunting.
they'll sell that jacket.
Yes.
You will see both of us wearing
Just
it.
looking at Mr. Terrific stunting on him real quick.
Hold on.
He's got the light.
Hold on. Gosh, I love it.
And the teeth in his face doesn't look too goofy.
Yeah.
It looks like a mask. Obviously, there's him in the comic books.
Yeah, the comparison photo is great.
Yeah. Gosh, so good.
The hair's right. I mean, dude, is he doing this right now?
He's doing something. No, he's doing this.
Oh no, he has.
But there was a video where he does this. And did you see that?
I didn't see it.
I thought I sent it to you.
I think. Oh, he did send it to me. I don't remember.
No, I'm gonna pull it back up though, so we can see this. That's the action scene. That's the Clark Kent video.
Peek.
Yeah, maybe I didn't send it to you.
Maybe you sent it on the Insta.
Well, it's probably on here. There's this girl again talking with, I guess, her parents. I don't know who. Someone was thinking Supergirl. I'm like, that is not the actress.
That is not Supergirl.
That's not the actress that they cast for Supergirl. There's them again.
I don't know who that. Oh,
There's
yeah.
him.
That's the best photo, by the way. The best look of the suit.
Well, no, I don't think it is the best look of the suit.
No, that's not even like baggy looking.
Like great in these areas, and like you could see it a little bit in that one picture right here.
That's normal. That's completely normal. For
But everyone's like, "Oh, these other Supermen, they had skin tight suits. Why can't this one?" I'm like,
dude, did you hear what they were saying about freaking padding? Kel didn't need padding. I'm like,
he had padding.
He had padding, and not to mention a video a Snyder dude tried to pull of saying like, "Sir, you clearly he doesn't have padding." Here. It proved even more he had padding.
I was looking at the scoot that way because the statue, like Miles, is in your face.
Sorry, excuse me.
You couldn't move or move the statue.
There, wait, right here.
Take the statue. It's like making you out of focus because of it.
That's like worse.
That's even worse. The statue's huge.
Boom, there you go.
There, yeah, stay there. All right. Anyway, the S is on the back of the cape. He's got the yellow S.
It's the Kingdom Come S, I guess.
It's the same one on his chest.
Which I was always against it, but I could see if it's done right. See, oh God, it looks kind of cool though. If
everyone's saying can't wait for him to take the jacket off and show the guns. Because he's been working out, the actor.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Honestly, I think it's cool because his eyes just. It looks like he has like white eyes.
Yeah,
it looks freaking cool.
Gosh. There's that. Same one. Another look at him. Look at that S. Saw people complaining about that too. Anyway, gosh, he looks so good. Anyway, moving on. Another blurry look at the S.
I would have straight like ran. I would have ran out there.
Superman. Oh, here it is. If I can full screen it. I think this is it. If you watch him. Watch him.
I did.
All he did was this.
See, that's all he did, dude. My guy can.
That's all he needs to do. Look at
if he can like
flapping.
I love the way you said. I love the way it drapes over it.
You'll see. Look.
Oh.
Look.
It's so because.
And it's a
I gotta see him like float and like
it's
like this or whatever. I don't
know how to. I think it's a textured S on his cape. It looks like it's
not printed on.
Yeah, it looks like Like you would feel the ridges
Or
if you,
so
rubbed
yeah.
his back.
Like how we will. Like
There's another one. It says terrific
terrific.
on the
Oh
back.
god, it's such a cool jacket.
You know this movie.
I can't wear it out in public though. People will be like, "What are you?"
Another picture. Let's see. There's more of the bagginess. People hating. Gosh,
It doesn't look baggy. It looks baggy, but it doesn't look baggy
What? Someone said, "Look at his feet." No, I'm seeing his feet in this picture. And this was more. Oh, you're talking about that one. Okay. Oh, he's wearing Nikes or something. I think.
Hold on, is it that video game? Oh, I gotta see it one more time. Oh my god!
This looks like a comedy scene to me. Like he shrugs his shoulders like he's looking up at something.
Like,
Like,
what are
come
you
on.
doing? Yeah,
Maybe it's Guy Gardner up there doing some stupid stuff.
pulling a Homelander.
Yeah. More shots of him. He's trying to hide, but he knows he can't. It seems like they're good friends in this, Mr. Terrific and Superman.
Yeah,
There's my goat right there, Lois Lane.
dude, she looks good. She looks great.
All right, I already.
Hey.
There she is again in a very blurry picture. This is the T ship thing.
Yeah.
It's got a giant T on the front of it. And they
so-
are all inside. Perry,
Perry White smoking a fat stogie. Like, look at he was hotboxing it.
look
My dude munching on that. Oh, I get the gym. Oh god, it's so good looking.
Yeah, someone did an edit with no lines, and like this is. It just looks. Is this to me? It just kind of looks a little empty. It looks decent, but I don't know. It looks empty to me, especially in this area. I don't know.
I like it. I like it both ways.
Also, this is more baggy than the other one. Anyway,
Somehow that looks more baggy.
You had some Superman and Lois walking around together, and this girl. That's me. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
There they are.
Oh, it's like
So yeah, Superman and Lois together. Look at the height difference, by the way. He's 6'4" and she's like 5'3", I think.
it should have got me to be Superman. Yeah,
Oh my god!
huge Superman.
There I go again, right there.
Smiling. Look how happy he looks.
Look at them two. Gosh, this is gonna be like the best. God, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. As excited as I am for Deadpool and Wolverine, that movie's excitement for me has like I've hit the amount that I can get to because it's like here anyway. This movie is like I don't care about anything else.
When
I
was
just
the
wanna see
last
more
time we
of
had
this.
a Superman movie, just in general?
Man of Steel?
I mean, I guess you can say.
And I didn't even like that.
I mean, it
we
was
haven't had
okay.
a
I liked it when I
true-
saw it was in the theaters, but
This is a movie that I'll go ahead and tell you now. I'm probably going to cry watching it for like the stupidest reasons ever. I want to see him flying and be crying in the theater.
James, yes.
Like I almost cried seeing the suit the other day.
It looks great.
I'm like, this is my dream is coming true.
I love
them
it,
together.
Jimmy Olsen coming
Miss
out of there.
Tessmacher. I try to find the clip. My favorite part of the Christopher Reeve movie is when Lex Luthor would always call for her. He's like, Miss Tessmacher! And it's like... and I just keep trying to find that so I can like retweet it every time she shows up on set. But...
I love the Jimmy Olsen picture.
Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, people are mad he doesn't have his bow tie, apparently. I think he looks fine.
He looks
he looks like...
he looks like a Jimmy Olsen, I guess.
My other goat, Beck Bennett as Steve
He might
Lombard.
have hit that Snooki too.
Yeah, he's coming out. There's some more pictures of them. I love all the faces he's doing and all. No, wait, I went the wrong one. All the faces he's doing in every picture he's in is like the funny. He's definitely the bully for the Daily Planet. He's going to bully Clark, but he's going to be like funny.
Yeah. He's gonna pick on him so hard that you gotta laugh with him.
There they are, Lois and Clark. That's just funny.
Nope.
The Daily Planet's Cat Grant. Anyway, yeah.
I love the cops.
Ron Troop, another member of the Daily Planet. I'm less familiar with him, but I'm familiar with everyone else. There's a Jim Lee reference. And them two together. Oh, in movement.
That's a gift.
What seems to be all these people coming, Desmond Tessmacher. I don't know where they're out of, but something. There's that girl again, his face.
What is that for?
The Daily Planet thing lights up, by the way. Yeah. What is this? Oh. Copyright.
Superman the sitcom.
Boots. Daily Planet truck. There's the
Oh,
cat.
there's another photo.
What does this do? Okay.
Me,
Clark Kent. What do you think of the hair?
I like it.
I mean, you have,
It's
but
my
like,
hair. Dude,
people are saying he looks too modern. I think it's interesting that he has the hairstyle that would like. I wouldn't think that guy's Superman.
no, that guy's not set. How the heck does he do that? Like, he gets some like head, he gets some like hair gel. And
Exactly. He's got to go take a quick shower.
where's he showering at? I mean, I guess he can fly to just go underwater real quick. And
I want to point out his posture. He's got like the kind of like
nervous, yeah.
it's so good, and I bet they're gonna do a scene where he does like the Christopher Reeve like stand up.
Everybody's like running to the newsroom or something. Oh, you know,
I
this
think
guy's
they'll do
dead.
the.
They'll do it. They'll do it.
Uh,
I
I'm
just
gonna make
hope
this my. I should make this our profile picture when Superman comes out on on Twitter.
yeah.
I should make that our picture. This.
Yeah, like look at the comparison, dude.
Oh
Yeah, that photo.
It's like
'cause-
talking about them. Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. People are like, yeah, that's not him. Not the
I
same.
know. If they
It's
really
Lois
did
and
want to make it,
Clark.
if they really wanted to make us believe, like, yeah, there's no way that guy's Superman. Then
Trying to hide his face in those.
oh, this photo is great. This video, excuse me.
Clark right here.
Everyone's bumping into each other, like, watch out.
Like, oh, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me.
Sorry.
I'm gonna bump into.
Oh, yeah, they look behind someone. Someone like probably like said something to him, like, watch out. You know,
Another picture. That's a good one.
that's like an HD one,
Who
right?
did that? Who made it darker? Okay. Where did the mouse go? There it is. This is taking another one.
Ah,
There's a photo, and I'm not finding it. There's another one of Lois. Lex was on set today.
looks injured.
Lois again. Yeah, he's been cut a few times, it seems. I don't see the one picture that I saw, but it was of Lois coming out of the ship, and then to her right was Steve Lombard carrying Ron Troop, like carrying him,
Really?
and he like a face, like he was like, "Oh God!" Like running. He looked so dramatic. Like, it was the funniest.
I like that.
I wish I could have found that picture. It was so funny. But yeah, I felt like there were more. There are. They didn't post any of this account didn't at least. Any of the ones from today. Which
More stuff.
yeah. So the Superman arrest or whatever. Him coming out of the city hall. He looks great. Like that's Superman. I expect him to just go like.
Oh.
But yeah, there's a shot also of this guy fully in black. There's Rick Flag Sr. He's officially in Superman. That's a close up. I'm not finding the pictures where I saw all this stuff at. The engineer was also there, and this guy in black, who people are assuming might be the clone of Superman. Not 100% sure on that one. I might be able to find this doing this. I know this is taking a while, but this is a big thing we're discussing. Crypto was seen on poster. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So there's the engineer, Superman, in handcuffs. By the way, we didn't touch on this. The cape length is not too small. It's not too short. It's not too long. It's just like right there at the ankles.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, and looks great. I'm interested in what they're doing at the engineer. If this is a CGI suit and there's a CGI over it, or if this is how she'll look, then she can turn to metal when she fights or something. But that's interesting. People are assuming this is Ultraman, Superman clone made by Lex Luthor. Well, we shall see. There's Rick Flag Sr. standing there. He looks just like Frank Grillo looks just like the dude he played in Captain America.
Yeah.
But him walking into the city hall with the big dude. Look at that. Another shot of the ass there. Military taking him in. There was also a video of them knocking him to the ground, and they had him like Superman pinned to the ground.
Oh, really? I didn't see
But
that.
this guy was the one that did it.
Henry.
Freaky looking.
Yeah.
Some people are also thinking Captain Atom, but I don't know. I doubt it. It could be. But yeah, that would make sense. If it is Captain Atom, it would make sense that he'd be in Peacemaker as well as Rick Flag.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is the Superman info. God, they're still filming right now. More stuff could come. There could be stuff on Twitter right now. I don't know.
Shall look?
But gosh, it's so good. It's up. They got him.
They got him.
Anyway,
Superman Dexter.
oh wait, no. There we go. He did it. Lana didn't even see it.
Wait.
There's no reason that should look. Read that.
Service tried to accomplish. Honestly,
Like, there's no
it's
way.
not like from the
We
film.
shouldn't even have to be this excited about stuff.
Well, it's just, we haven't seen Superman in so
there you go.
long. You know,
There's your release date for that movie.
I don't care. I don't care about the Street Fighter movie.
But yeah, man, and that would be the end of the DC news. All right. We have The Boys season 4 to talk about. After this, it shouldn't really go by pretty quickly. We can really just touch on, just because there's a lot, touch on the big stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll review each one. And
I will say, after watching the rest of the 2 episodes, you're right on that theory.
that
I fully believe it now.
that he's not. That Joe Cat. My theory is that, no spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. Episode 5 drops tonight. I'll be watching it tonight. I think that Joe Kessler, the character that Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays, is not real. I also don't think his mom is. But there's something that happens at the end of episode 4 that makes me maybe think otherwise. Because unless Huey just is so out of it, which I don't think he's that. Because when he left the room,
But it seems that both of them, it happens when they're like at their most stressed state.
Well, when Huey left the room, he was gonna put the V into his dad to wake him up.
Yeah.
And then when he left the room, he comes back, and his mom did. Assuming.
Yeah, his mom did. Well, I think he didn't, but he's thinking like, oh.
That would be. I saw a clip for episode 5, which it showed the clip is of his dad up, and he's like freaking out, and he can't remember anything. He's covered in blood, and he has like these. Has like tremors or something. He's like shaking really weirdly.
Weird.
And it's crazy. I have to show you the clip after we're done. But I'm really interested in what they're doing with that next. But episode 1, Homelander is at this rally with Newman, because it's all about this big political thing that's going on. And we see Newman's kid there. She's got she injected her in like the last season with stuff. She's got like these like weird predator tentacles or whatever. She got a predator mouth.
Yeah.
Which is really disgusting scene with Kimiko where she rips her arm off with the like fangs or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was gross. They've had one extremely gross moment so far, and that was episode 2.
Yeah.
Which
Which is actually my least favorite episode.
The one where they go to the Truth Con. Or whatever.
That's like my least favorite. I don't know why.
I think 4 is my favorite.
4 is my favorite too. I love. For me, it's like.
I think it might be
4,
top 5.
1, 3,
I think
2.
4 might be top 5 of the Boys episodes anyway.
I agree.
Because Anthony Starr
Always kills it.
He killed it even more in the 4th episode.
I don't know how.
He acted like the Joker. It's crazy.
The opening with 1's great. I love the opening. I don't know, 2 I wasn't into that
2
much.
had the sauna scene. The guy who played the dude in the sauna also played God in Supernatural, which is fun. But he...
It's great.
What happens? If you see the human centipede, that's what happens. No. Anyway,
it's him too. That's the funny part.
All of his clones, Splinters. They have some really interesting names for their superhero. Firecracker. Get introduced to her. Girl from Detroit Become Human. I'm forgetting her name at the moment. She's Black Jubilee. Kind of. Yeah. She her powers are kind of stupid, but she just like did that. And it was like
goes. Yeah.
So yeah, episode 1 though it was pretty much set up really. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I mean, they went to the ball at the beginning. Butcher's sick. He's also seeing things. Talking to himself. He's seeing Becca. And Huey's dad is in the hospital, had a coma.
Yeah.
He's in a coma. I don't know what happened to him. I think he had a stroke or a heart attack or
Yeah, he had a stroke.
stroke. Yeah, and his mom shows up at the end of the episode, which we kind of touched on her. But trying to remember everything. Oh yeah, Homelander is getting old. He's collecting his some hair in a jar. Gosh, and I'm like trying to I want to explain it, but like I can't. So he's getting old. We got some stuff with him and Ryan.
His son.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah.
He's
a son, but not.
They say the word 6 months like 5 times in the first 4 episodes. It's got to be a joke.
6 months. They know about the joke.
But I mean, okay. So yeah, that all happens. You get Homelander. What did he do in it? Gosh, I just lost my train of thought. It's been a while since.
You talking about episode 1?
Yeah.
Like what part?
What happens in it?
Well, I mean, he runs into Homelander in the kitchen and all that.
Yeah, it was at the beginning.
Butcher's trying to convince Ryan
to come with him. Yeah.
To come with him.
And Homelander's against that. You have Homelander thinking he's getting old. And so he goes, and he thinks he's losing his touch, basically. Because there's this whole fight going on between the Starlighters and the Home Teamers, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And it's very much an allegory for like political stuff. But Homelander's on trial. There's a whole crowds of people outside. Yeah. He goes before the trial to meet with this lady named Sister Sage.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
Who is the world's smartest person?
Yeah.
And she is. I think she's got another agenda.
She does.
She's got an idea, but she sets up this thing where like, well, if you can push them to start fighting, then they will destroy themselves. And you can rule. And so he gets her to join the Seven.
Yeah. And
she, disguised as Starlighter, starts like a whole controversy.
Yeah.
And then, but before this, Homelander and her take Todd, which was the Mother's Milk's daughter's stepdad.
Yeah.
Or was. He and a bunch of other guys go to this meetup where they get to meet Homelander and the new Black Noir.
Yeah.
And they don't know it's the new Black Noir. It's the A-Train, the D.
He's like my favorite character, by the way. Black Noir, the new Black Noir. He's so he's so funny.
But they go in there. Homelander makes them kill Todd and all them with baseball bats. And then when that happens, you get the Black Noir line where he was like, "Dude, that was so messed up, right, guys?"
Yeah. I'm like, shake it. It's like an everyday thing.
Yeah, so he's talking. Same actor that played him too. In the other season.
He's so funny because everyone's like, "You're doing it wrong. You're not supposed
to talk." There's a scene where There's a scene where he was talking, and Homelander was like, "Noir, shut up."
He's like, "Oh, okay, sorry." He's like, still talking.
My favorite scene with him is the one where he's asleep in the meeting, and and they're like, he's like, "Is Noir sleeping?" And they're like, "Yeah." And Deep kicks him. He's like, "I'm sorry, I have narcolepsy." And he was like, I'm like, "Oh man." I hope there's another scene where they're like having a meeting. He's just asleep in the corner.
He's just asleep the whole time.
Yeah.
I think he's like doing good.
But so yeah, you get that. A-Train brings the bodies to
the
rally to make it look like the Starlighters killed them, and that starts the whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really all the big stuff that happened in episode 1. And the scene where he sends Newman. Butcher sends Newman the file on Huey, and she opens it up, and it's that's her actual real reaction, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she didn't know that's what she was going to get sent.
All right, you're gonna open up this email, and you're gonna get some,
Yeah, but that's episode 1. What would you rate that out of 10?
I'd say solid 8. Good. It's a good opener.
Yeah. It started off a little slow. Normally they like hit you with something absolutely disgusting like last season, but this season they wait. Episode 2, the Truth Con episode. Butcher has been fired from the boys.
Yeah.
Because he's dying.
He's threatening. I mean, episode 1 you see it being threatened, like you're about to get kicked off. Yeah. Only Huey wants you on here, and that's it.
And you feel bad for Butcher this season. At least I do. I think he's going through some stuff, but
That poor man going through.
And you get TruthCon, Firecracker introduced to her. She's a psycho. And you get Splinter, the guy who, like multiple man, he gets split up. He's got the disgusting scene in the sauna.
It's so gross.
It was and then like that part of it.
Oh, my favorite
like,
part.
bro.
My favorite part was when they hold him like hostage, and they're like,
Oh yeah, and he's
"Hey,
like,
guy."
yeah.
It's like, oh my god. Ugh.
Gosh. And so basically there's like a whole thing going on. Butcher is Hugh. Okay, what happened is Huey's not there, and neither is Starlight.
Yeah.
They are.
Starlight's trying to not be Starlight. She just wanted to
Yeah,
be.
and I think Huey's staying with his dad.
Yeah.
And you get more stuff, the conflict with him and his mom because his mom left him and all stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh, and there's a lot goes on in this episode, but like they eventually get to the point where Kimiko kind of starts a bit of a fight outside. She also drinks like 8 beers.
Yeah, because
And you have this plot. I forgot about this in episode 1. You have this plot where Frenchie is with this guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name at the moment. Some of the C at no, Clyde. No.
I know it. I know. I heard the name. I'm like, oh, I know someone with that.
Yeah. But he's with this guy, and you come to find out that he murdered his family,
Yeah.
and that comes into play in episode 4.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're there. Kimiko is with Frenchie, and they found a text on the multiple man dude's phone that they need to go meet in the certain room at 9. They go in there, them two and Mother's Milk, and they're not in there. They get ambushed.
Yeah.
You get the pink eye scene, and
So
then
funny.
the fight breaks out. You see the VFX of the dude splitting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Especially with the
Yeah, and they and they need to
fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Go work somewhere else because it was too good.
it was, you see a lot of flopping. That's all I'm gonna say.
Put it lightly.
Yeah. But you get a lot of stuff. They eventually take out the multiple man guy who's got a crush on Firecracker, and she videotapes it that they were like attacking them and all that.
Yeah, they ambushed them.
Yeah, and she eventually runs away once Butcher comes in.
Butcher hits her with a crowbar.
Yeah. They save Butcher as he's being attacked, and then all that. And I'm trying to remember what happened at the end of episode 2.
Well, there's that part with Ryan and Homelander where.
Is that episode 2 in the video game?
Yeah. No, the video game. No. They
remember, wasn't that episode 2? No, was it?
It's the one where they're about to set up Ryan's like big reveal as a superhero.
That's 2.
That's 2.
2 is the one where they're about to do his big save. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then Homelander steps in, and
I thought that was 3.
That's 2.
Are you sure? Because they mentioned it at the beginning.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's 2.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because
I got it. It's because 3.
Because Ryan like thinks about it the whole time.
Yeah. So he does his big save. Homelander steps in though he wasn't supposed to, and
kills the Stark guy.
Yeah.
And you find out like it's kind of funny. Because Ryan's like on the couch crying later,
and Homelander's
I brought creamy milkshake.
But there was a scene too where he was like, "You're not going to drink that. We're celebrating." It was a glass of milk.
Yeah. It's like
yeah. There's a scene in this episode which I think sets up something I have a theory about, and I noticed this and I had to look it up, just to like see what the thing was. How the girl Firecracker, when she joins the 7 in episode 3, she mentions that she'll do anything for Homelander. And yeah, that scene where she's like, anything, all that. And also in episode 4, when A-Train goes into Homelander's apartment and he finds the bottle of medicine, I looked that up, and it's meant to enhance breast milk in women so they can like have breast milk. And I think that's how our Homelander is getting his breast milk, is from her.
I didn't even think about
That's
that.
what I think. I had to do some research into that one.
Also, the A-Train redemption arc.
It's happening.
It sounds
great.
great. It sounds great.
I have that
he'll
feeling.
die.
I feel
He'll
like
end up really loving
the final
him.
episode's called Assassination Run.
Like, you end up like really loving him, and then he's gone.
But episode 2, I like this episode personally. I probably give it 8. I think I'm tied with the first one.
Oh, sorry, what?
Rating episode 2.
I got rated lower because it was like my least favorite. 6.5. I was really bored with it the whole time. I thought the ending was like the best part.
What was the ending again?
It was
Well,
obviously with like Ryan and Homelander, and obviously the ambush.
I'm trying to remember what exactly happened at the end of episode 2 because I feel like I'm missing something huge.
Well, plus not to mention episode 2, you get that scene with A-Train and like his nephews. There's something about that scene I like really love.
Oh yeah, whereas
His
brother comes
his
up.
brother
and he's
comes
like,
in.
So
It says
Dakota
like it was all
Bob,
staged.
Dakota Bob, the guy who is running for president, he knows that the VP's a soup and he wants her dead,
Yeah.
but she also wants him dead. So there's like this whole thing about to go on.
He's gonna enhance Firecracker's bracelet. I don't believe that's
Get
true.
off of my
that
screen.
sounds.
I think it is, personally. Yeah, introduce him to the marketing and his first superhero movie role, I guess. The milkshake thing. Mother's Milk Frenchie follows Seven's new unofficial member Sister Sage at a conspiracy convention called TruthCon. Sage is there to audition Firecracker to fill another vacancy in the Seven. The convention, Mother's Milk runs into Billy Butcher, who's still sick. During the hospital visit, Huey confronts his mom. This is all episode 2.
Yeah.
About leaving. And Huey is granted, his dad granted his mom power of attorney over her.
And Huey's like, I'll
yeah.
fight for that.
Annie's at odds with Huey and her top Starlight supporters because she refuses to become a symbol for Starlighters' anti-soup resistance movement. Kimiko's having flashbacks started in this episode of her time in the Shining Light.
Sure.
A-Train obviously provides video proof to Annie and Huey of what really happened during the riot. This is the start of his redemption.
Yeah.
And I think that was the end of it then. Must have been.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, because he was in there and that happened. But yeah, so episode 2, I give it an 8. And you gave it what?
6.5.
Episode 3, Firecracker stage officially in the 7. You get the ice skating, the ice show,
Yes.
Vault on Ice.
Yeah, Vault on Ice. I love it.
We put the Christ back in Christmas.
Part of my tickets too. It's so fun.
The funniest part of that was there's actually a really scary scene in this episode, and you might know what I'm talking about. The when Huey is in the vent and Homelander walks up and he like stops. Everything gets like really tense because everyone's like, "Oh God!" And Huey's sitting there and the sweat drips off his nose and lands on Homelander's thing, and Homelander looks and he goes like that. And then he looks up and just lasers and flies up into the vent. And that was like the scariest thing I've ever seen.
It's like, this guy's like OP, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so that's when you get all the ice skaters killing each other.
It was beautiful.
But that was later on the episode. I should have kept that one thing up.
I was about to say, I was like, I wonder where I get rid of it.
Yeah, because I'm not... it's been like a week, so I'm not remembering everything 100%. I hope this is helping. This probably isn't going to help me.
You could just go on the history.
Could I? Well, here it's. And there was a description here somewhere. Or not. You know what? I hate the internet. But anyway, all this stuff happens.
Who put the Christ back in Christmas?
Will Ferrell. That's what shows up in
Well, he's just in episode 2.
This was this episode.
That's episode 3. No,
we missed Will Ferrell in the last one. Will Ferrell showed up in the fake A-Train movie.
That's pretty funny. It's like his coach.
Yeah. Anyway. But you get all the people up there. Joe Kessler and Butcher hatch a plan to drug Ryan and convince him to come home. So then Butcher gets on the game, the fake Mortal Kombat thing.
Yeah.
Which on that, you can see our first look at Tech Knight in his suit and Webweaver, the Spider-Man. They're in that game if you look. They'll both be in this season. Webweaver should be coming up in a couple episodes. And so is Tech Knight. And tonight will be episode 5. The next week is the dungeon episode.
Gosh. I feel like I should be in jail for like really excited for that because I'm just curious of what they're gonna do.
But Kessler wants to use Ryan to kill Homelander. Butcher doesn't.
Yeah. And
he eventually goes like, well, it's either we train him or you kill him. There's kind of like a thing here.
Yeah.
Guy shows up at the Starlight House thinking that they have children there. And you get Frenchie taking him out. He's hurt. You have that. But yeah. Colin cleans Frenchie's wounds. Frenchie, this is the episode I think he realizes where he killed his family.
Yeah.
Robert Singer proposed the Superhero Management Act, where they can ban soups from the military, government, and all that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you get Kimiko still trying to. She goes with Frenchie to take out some Shining Light people. Frenchie's high on acid,
Yeah.
which was crazy. And she meets another girl that's just like her in there. So there's that. She's also trying to go to speech therapy, but it's not working.
Yeah.
Mother's Milk's concerns about Firecracker and Sister Sage, wondering why they of all people would join the Seven. This is all seeming like it's turning into a Soup's taking over the government.
And
which is what happened at
A-Train
the end of the
had
books.
history with Sister Sage.
Yeah, they were together in another team.
Like a Teen Titans type deal, yeah.
They want to flip A-Train. Annie says no. Huey gets kind of against it. Huey wants the idea of bringing Butcher back. Doesn't work. Like we said, we talked about them. They meet up. Ashley gets booted out of the room when they were having the meeting. But they're just using her as a figurehead. New Black Noir is narcoleptic. And they find out that someone sold the security footage to someone from the inside. So they're starting to suspect someone's a rat, which it would be A-Train.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Deep's
Octopus, voiced by Tilda Swinton, who played the Ancient One in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's yeah. They have a thing going on there. Ashley,
he's like, did you get rid of that octopus? He's like, I'm sure. Then later, he's like, talks to her, he opens it in a closet.
Ashley and Cameron Coleman are doing things, the news guy. It was gross. Butcher cooked up some cookies that had the drugs in it, but after the heart-to-heart that they had, he didn't give it to him. You had that really good scene with Butcher where he's like, I'm terrified of dying. Like he said, I don't want to die. He said, the one thing that I have left of your mom is you, and I can't leave this world without making this right. Yeah. And it's like this. It's so good. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. It's like,
I don't think he's gonna die.
I think he might. I think he'll die the end of next season.
Oh, end of next season.
I think so. Mother's Milk has other plans. He visits A-Train. He's not willing to talk to MM until MM reveals he's got evidence of him sharing the leak. And now he can blackmail. And you have, between the incident that saw his brother Nathan paralyzed, the 3 Homelanders, the 7 were made to murder. Fastest Soup on the circuit is starting to get a guilty conscience. Kimiko and Frenchie go to the Shining Light thing. I talked about that. We see little Nina in one scene while he's like having all these crazy trips. Ryan admits to killing the guy. And he says, like, I get why you didn't want me. I wouldn't want me either. Butcher reassures him and goes through that whole thing. Homelander and Sage, they kill that. Homelander kills that one girl. She was like, we're not going to hurt you. We just want to know why Starlight contacted you. She was like, all she wanted was just immediately.
Got her.
And then Ashley destroys her resignation letter. She's too scared to leave. Firecracker, as the officer, trying to find Starlight, and you get that whole thing of why they hate each other, or why she hates Starlight. Oh, Vaught on Ice.
The Jesus song.
They say they're going to destroy Starlight as the first pebble down the mountain, and then they'll kill Singer so Newman can become president. The final part of the plan will be Newman coming out as a Soup. She's not convinced, saying the military will send troops in. Homelander says she's setting an example to her daughter Zoe. You get the sweat scene. Homelander goes in lasering all this stuff. It's crazy. He catches up to him. A-Train saves him. They drink at the headquarters.
Yep.
Kessler's mad about what he did. You get Deep and Sage together, and in this scene you see this like metal stick on her table with blood on it. And at first I was like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And what was done with this stick thing?
Yeah.
That's actually a lobotomy tool, which you find out in episode 4. Then you get the whole scene with Ryan getting mad at Homelander getting mad at Ryan. Homelander breaks the mirror, and you get him saying, "You need to go home. You need to face your past, destroy it." All that. And that's where this episode ended. I really like this episode, but I will probably give it an 8.5.
Hey, I agree. It's around 7.5. It's just below 1 for me. Again, I loved episode 1 with the intro it had to it.
Yeah.
But this one was definitely a step in the right direction of what I was looking for.
Yeah, and then episode 4.
The best one.
Yeah. He goes home. Homelander goes home to the lab that made him. I mean, he goes in there with the little Pudgy the Whale ice cream cake,
Yeah.
and everything's really awkward. He ends up killing everybody
Everybody,
besides
yeah.
one lady. Um, he burns one guy alive. The other guy, he lasers him through, and then he steps on his head. This is so hard to describe with like not getting into gory details.
Yeah.
Um, gosh. And then he ends up leaving that one woman in the bad room with just all these disgusting body parts.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened with Homelander. He's got a lot of really good scenes in this. Butcher is in the shower. He falls and hits his head. You see that thing rolling around.
You see it constantly. You saw it in episode 1 or 2.
That little worm thing, yeah. Becca comes up and says the world doesn't end just because your life does. You get Huey arguing with his mom and the doctor. They want to pull the feeding tube because he basically has brain death. His dad, which is really sad. Like I liked his dad, so it's a problem. They do mention Gen V in this episode, and we see a little bit of commercial for Tech Knight's The Whole Truth, the dark gaping hole that he says. I'm like, bro, stop. Yeah, so we see all of them. They've seemingly vanished into a large gaping hole. Robert Singer watching Cameron Coleman. The boys have found a way. Annie turns up, but Singer doesn't want to hear it unless the boys found a way to kill the VP. She said he needs her help. The soup control bill might not work, is what that says. She says she could round up her followers and get people on the streets demanding for the bill to be passed. Frenchie and Colin post hookup, listening to music. Colin was his name. Yeah. Goes into how the hitman killed his family and talking about the scars on his foot, which you find out. I mean, you obviously know it was with Frenchie. Let's see. Yeah. Firecracker sets up the stage and they do a 6-hour show in front of the Starlight House. The Depot, they're singing with her on stage. It's
hilarious.
Then you get a scene. Now, the whole plan for this was they needed to get $50,000. And Butcher and MM did. The way they got that, which I didn't pick up on it until I watched a video, so I'm talking about it. They contacted Webweaver and apparently gave him heroin in return for $50,000.
Really?
Yeah, there's this whole plot line going on. If you read some of the news, like things at the bottom of the news videos that they show, it's telling like Webweaver left his rehab saying he's a much different person now. He's a drug head.
Yeah.
But apparently they gave him a heroin enema, which is heroin up the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you didn't know. So that's horrible. That's how they got their $50,000 though. They show Firecracker the tweet of her and the 15-year-old boy or whatever, and she sends it. She says she basically hits tweet and walks away, and then she gets up on stage and she was like, "I had inappropriate relations with a sweet young man." I'm like, "Give me a break!" Like this is crazy, and everyone like forgave her and everything. It's awful. That's a real tweet, by the way, from the same account.
Really?
It was the very first tweet that they posted. They did it the day the episode came out.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A-Train gives the V to Huey, and they have a fight. Kimiko and everyone has a fight between some Shining Light people. Yeah, talking about Webweaver. But she should show up, so we should see him. Firecracker goes back to that, and what's his name? Frenchie goes into Firecracker's trailer.
Yeah.
To look around for something. I'm not sure what. During all this, you come to find out that Firecracker reveals that Annie or Starlight killed someone, or blinded them. Not killed them.
Yeah.
And she also reveals that she had a abortion.
Yeah.
And her and Huey apparently were gonna have a kid, but they had an abortion. And they do this whole thing, and she had her medical records and all. Starlight goes up on stage and like absolutely beats the crap out of her.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But then MM stops her because the TVs are watching on it.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, the pastor guy, goes into Firecracker's trailer and sees Frenchie and starts throwing him around, doing stuff. Butcher eventually comes in there and he freezes his arm and breaks it, all this stuff. It looked like Butcher was about to die, but then you have a scene where everything blacks out.
Yeah.
He wakes up and Ezekiel's been like exploded.
Yeah.
And blood everywhere. Like what had happened?
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory. I think Butcher hulked out. I think he's got like Moon Knight thing almost.
Oh, where he
Where
turns
he,
into a
like-
different person.
Yeah, and he completely just wrecked everything. And whoever this is has some powers. I think it has something to do with that little
That worm.
thing.
Yeah. That tapeworm in the brain.
Yeah, whatever it is. Gosh, it was gross. Anyway, yeah. A-Train obviously in there and got the V from Homelander's office or room or whatever. He sees the baby milk and all that and the medicine.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the stuff going on, and I'm trying to skip through it. And the episode ends with him being completely fine. You also see the lobotomy scene
Ugh.
with the eye and like the,
Yes,
oh my
I hate eye stuff.
That was gross. And then all that. And so at the end, revealed that his mom gave the V to his dad.
Yeah.
And so the episode ends. This is a 9.
It's a 9.
I think the ending
The
was great.
stakes, the drama, the action, it's great.
It's ramping up, and we're already halfway through the show.
Yeah. It's a 9.
Yeah. Episode 5 will be out tonight. Yeah, and that will be all that. That took a really long time to do that, but we're almost done.
Yeah.
One last thing before we get to gaming. The Boys will officially end with Season 5, confirmed by Eric Kripke.
So they're not doing season 6.
No, Season 5's it. Gen V is getting a second season and hopefully more. That's what he said. He also mentioned they are looking to explore more stories within the universe.
So
He said, but this whole story will end next season.
so he will die at season 5 then.
I think so.
You're like a Walter White moment.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Correct. All the show. But yeah, that's The Boys. Crazy. All right, let's move on to gaming.
All right, let me tell you a story.
No,
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad I convinced you.
I'm taking my ring.
I was in line for Spider-Man.
Marvel Spider-Man?
No, the Spider-Man ride at Universal.
Oh, that's okay.
When this was announced,
You were on the
I
ride screaming.
I was crying.
Oh.
I screamed.
I love Max.
Oh yeah, like just losing my mind. Everyone's like looking at me.
I love Max's reaction.
Oh, like my dad was just like, "What's wrong with you?"
Did
And I
you
show him. And he's like, "Ah!" I kid you not. We were screaming. We were so excited. Marvel vs. Capcom is back, baby.
Yep.
And I am so happy everyone can play it. They brought physical versions out, so they can't take it away from us again. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
And they talked about it in the Marvel podcast. Seems like Games is very happy with working with Capcom again.
We don't have a date, unfortunately.
But it's every game. Is
Um,
Marvel Superheroes on there?
yeah.
Children of the Atom?
Children of the Atom,
Punisher.
the Punisher. So everything that's on this cabinet right here, which is practically worthless now.
Yeah. That's true.
So we have, X-Men Children of the Atom,
MVC2 is the big one.
X-Men versus Street Fighter. MVC, Marvel vs. Capcom, MVC2, The Punisher, Street Fighter versus Marvel. I feel like I'm missing one. I think that's it.
It's 9 games, isn't it?
No, it's 7.
So, well,
Yeah, I counted 6, but anyways, very excited. I don't know. Have you ever played these games? I know you played MVC3. We don't need to talk about that.
I've never played any of them, so I'm going to be picking it up.
So yeah, but I am buying a physical copy of.
And it has online.
Yeah, roll back that code. So the best you can get, it's the arcade ROMs. So we're good. We're good.
MVC is back. There was a Spider-Man 2 update. Added some suits. I don't think they were that good.
Yeah, no, well, it had the 4 suits made by these people. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. Not that I think you're a terrible person.
No, they also added the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I was gonna add they added the Spider-Verse suit, the
And that one
Uptown Pride suit.
the one suit with the leather
I
jacket.
can't remember the name of it at the moment.
But it's got a really cool black and black
with
stuff.
the white thing
Yeah.
with the suit. It looked great. I can't remember the name of it. Last Stand. That's what it's called. Uptown Pride for Miles and the animated suit. Now, I'm mad now because they always get. There will be another update or the DLC. I don't know which one, but they always give suits out, but it does not match the other one at all. Like they have the animated Miles suit, but they don't have the comic book Peter suit at all. So it's like, give me that suit so I can have a cool combo with him.
Yeah.
But the update was good.
Yeah.
Apparently did some lighting fixes too, so
I saw
it
that.
looks better.
WB Games confirmed that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will finish its 4 seasons, but the future is unclear. I think we already kind of knew this, but they did confirm it, so there's that. Multiversus is getting a comic tie-in called Multiversus Collision Detected. Releases on September 18th for all of you Multiversus fans. Sort of going through this quick because it's kind of small news, nothing really to stay on. The Wonder Woman game is probably the biggest thing right here. You got a lot of information about this game.
Oh, we thought it was dead.
Nope. We have a description and information. They did like some kind of press thing, like send out a questionnaire for people to ask like what they would enjoy. And
Yeah.
So like I guess to get ideas for marketing.
Yeah.
This is what it says about Wonder Woman. You are Wonder Woman in this single-player action-adventure game developed by Monolith Productions. Now, did you see the pictures of it?
I did. Yes. Yes.
Is the powerful sorceress Circe has invaded your island homeland of Themyscira, leading an army of Cyclopses, Gorgons, and other monsters. It's up to you as champion of the Amazons to return home and fight their treachery. Use your godlike strength to deal shattering blows and tear through enemies in an epic battle to protect your birthplace from the invaders. Engage in fast-paced, free-flow combat with devastating combos and wield powerful weapons gifted by the gods, including the iconic Lasso of Truth. As this original Wonder Woman story unfolds, you must also repair your relationship with your mother, Queen Hippolyta, and your fellow Amazons who feel betrayed by your decision to leave Themyscira many years ago. Over the course of the game, you'll encounter iconic DC characters, as well as unique cast of procedurally generated allies and enemies. And through the power of the Nemesis system, they will remember your choices and actions and react according to their own beliefs. Fly across the open world of Themyscira as you explore the home of the Amazons and discover mythical inhabitants from Greek mythology. Fight back against the invaders and complete your quest to stop Circe from destroying your home and acquiring untold power. Available on PS5, PC, and Xbox. Going to be $60 or $70. I don't remember. In the questionnaire, they had, thinking about a Wonder Woman game, which description of Wonder Woman appeals to you most? A demigoddess able to take on mythical foes of epic power. A goddess able to shape the fate of the heavens and entire worlds. A hero of legend able to single-handedly turn the tide of pitched battles. An elite warrior able to take on the best trained humans with ease. And there's another one that this is all stuff that you will experience in the game. An invasion from a paramilitary force that has been mind-controlled by an evil entity. A space-age city bursting with technological wonders. Extraterrestrial aliens that threaten the extinction of humanity. Wielders of powerful sorcery filling the world with magical effects. A world torn from the pages of ancient Greek mythology. Gods that walk among mortals and shape the fate of the world. Smoke-filled battlefields scarred by shell holes and barbed wire. And in the game, you should see this in combat. Superpowered kicks, tiara throws, whirlwind twirls, golden armor defense, bracer force slams, sword blows, flying attacks, bracer bullet deflections, shield deflections, bow and archery abilities, spear thrusts, superpowered punches, lasso of truth, ensnaring, and more.
Very, very excited and interesting.
And the pictures look really good in the concept.
Any word on when we'll see it again?
But they're doing marketing. And apparently, WB Montreal, who is not who worked on this game, but this is the next piece of news, they've moved on to their next game. Which is weird because we heard they're making a DC game, and it's been in the works for a while. But now they're working on another game.
We're on 2.
Or the other one got canceled. Which could have been a Superman game.
Yeah.
But this game is a DC game, and they're posting several job positions. It's a third-person open-world action-adventure. They're doing game design, team lead, senior writer, and producers.
Looking for a developer who's good at archery skills.
I hope it's a Green Lantern or a Superman game.
We need a Superman game. That'd be the cherry on top of this awesome Superman news we got.
Yeah. And with that would be the end of this episode. Big one. Yeah. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. So thank you all so much for joining us for this episode. Hope you did enjoy it. Walked through a lot of stuff. We'll be back next week on Monday, hopefully.
Yeah.
With some more. Don't forget to check out, I don't know when it will probably be the day before that you guys sing this, but there are 2 episodes of X-Men Mayhem that are out. Deadpool and X-Men Apocalypse. Go check those out. And, yeah. And with that being said, if you had any questions, comments, corrections, or concerns, you can contact me on Instagram at DarienH4404. That's DARIENH4404. Or Instagram at the Comic Burrito _official. Facebook at the Comic Burrito official page. Or Twitter at the CB Burrito.
Yeah, you contact me at Spider_Landon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, come on over and wish me better, because I feel like death right now. I'm so sick. So that's why I sound weird.
But with that, we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Excelsior!